How are we doing, everyone? This is Nathan Hawken here. So, I've got a very quick question for you. Do you trust yourself? Recently I was having a coaching session with a client, and this was a young entrepreneur, a young internet marketer who was looking to build up his internet marketing skills, looking to create the success that he wants in his life. But for years and years that he's been doing this, he's been really struggling. He's been struggling with consuming all this content and learning so much, but never really creating what all that content promises. Spending all this time building things in the background and even connecting with people, but still hasn't got the things that he wants. Now, part of the reason we were having this phone call was because he wanted to understand and figure out what his limiting beliefs were. What was under the surface? What was actually stopping him from actually creating the things that he wants to create? What's stopping him from doing the real work and actually putting himself out there? Because there's things that he wants to do, but he's struggling to do them. After we spent about 2 hours talking, something incredible happened, and he tapped into something which he'd never brought into his conscious awareness before, and that was trust. He realized that deep down inside, he didn't trust himself enough to succeed or do the things that he needs to do. He didn't trust himself, his own abilities, his own thinking to create that money or that life and the things that he wants to create, not just for himself, but for his friends and family as well. Now, trust is a big challenge for a lot of people. And not just with other people. We're talking about self-trust here. I mean, trusting yourself. Let me ask you this. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust your decisions, your thinking? Do you trust your emotions when they come up? Or do you think they're not yours? Because if you can't trust yourself, then it's going to be way harder for you to do the things that you want to do. It's going to be way harder to make decisions and be firm with those decisions, because if you don't trust yourself, then you don't trust your decisions either, right? Part of the reason why we don't trust ourselves, part of the reason why you may not trust yourself, is because it's down to confidence. Not being confident in your own abilities, not being confident in who you are, not being confident in the things that you do. Now, you see, there's a lot of courses and a lot of things out there which help you gain confidence or rebuild confidence, grow confidence. I think we need to peel that back and go a little bit deeper, because before confidence comes trust. And if you can't trust yourself, then how can you trust yourself to become confident as well, to develop that confidence? So when we think about it, the question comes to mind, well, how can I actually learn to trust myself? I've made mistakes before, I've gone through challenges before. Maybe I've done things in my life before which are a little bit unsavory or I'm not happy with, and I still beat myself up over them. Okay, fine, who doesn't, or who hasn't? I mean, we're all human beings. There's going to be a whole bunch of things that we don't like about ourselves, or that we've done that we aren't happy that we did, decisions that we made, actions that we took, maybe even things that we thought. And so even despite all those things, you can always get yourself to a point where you can learn to trust yourself. And it's actually quite simple to do. Because if you think about other people for a moment, think about other people that come into your life. Maybe it's new friends, maybe it's old friends, maybe it's colleagues. When you think of someone new coming into your life, there's going to be a period of time where you don't trust them. Or maybe you trust them very quickly. But usually people have to go through a certain criteria in order to be able to be trustworthy, in your opinion, in your eyes, based on your own core values, based on your own core beliefs. It's like they have to pass a test. And you tick a few things off, maybe share particular things about their life, maybe become a little bit more vulnerable in front of you, maybe do something that's really cool, maybe help you out, whatever it is. There's going to be a certain criteria that they have to go through in your eyes or in your mind that makes you want to trust them. And so let's flip that. Let's turn that around and put it back on you. Imagine you were the new person in your life. Imagine you were this brand new person you'd never met before. It's time to ask yourself, what is your criteria? What is the criteria that you would have to go through in order for you to trust yourself? Because I could tell you right now, well, here's 3 things, or here's the top 5 things that you can do to trust yourself. That stuff doesn't work, because how I would want to trust myself, how I would want to trust someone else, could be different to how you would trust someone else. Sometimes trust might come really quickly. Sometimes it might be a few more hoops that someone has to jump through. So what are the hoops that you have to jump through so you can trust yourself? What is it you need to do to be able to get to a point where you can trust yourself totally and completely and feel confident in every decision you make, every action you take, and every thought that you have? What do you have to do? Now, if you want to share that, please leave a comment below, because I think it'd be incredible to read them. But this is for you. This is your thing. So once you can go through that list, once you can bring it into your conscious awareness, realize what it is, then you can just start going through the first one and ticking it off. How can I trust myself? Well, I have to trust that the decisions I make are always going to be in my best interest, because I'm coming from the heart, for example. So do that now. Take 10 minutes. Sit down. Ask yourself, what's the criteria I have for trust for other people? And then start to think about how you can apply that to yourself, so you can fully and totally and completely trust who you are and trust you, so you can create more of the things in your life that you want. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.